And that should be everything ready. Finally finishing the game. But now the thing is, I don't know how to get to the encore. See if this isn't. Does this have anything to do with it? It says task complete at the top. No. Still missing that last one. That's not new. That's the final area. Okay, let's go. I think we're doing TVO. Nothing being there. I just go through areas. I doubt. Well, actually, I can just No. Okay, go this way. If it has to do... Actually, hold on. Oh, yeah, yes. I forgot, I need to turn this down on... There we go, that should be good. Let me check, I think this... Anything here? Because I know it's somewhere in between space to continue to start the encore. I'm pretty sure. I just don't know where in between space. I think it's in between space. I doubt there's anything in the sky. Anything in these in the rift zone? Does not look like it. I doubt there would be anything in the here. Is that? It is. 5 out of 4. Cool. That is that rift. That is the question. How do you access the encore episode? This just goes back. This is for a gem. I had another idea to check, but I don't remember. Alright, I was gonna check this. Misc areas. So yeah. And another song was added. That's a lot of gems added to the new area. I just have no idea how to get there. I doubt there's anything here. Yeah. I don't think I have to go through the maze. Because I don't want to go through the maze. Suki Tasagade, July 23rd, 2000 to July 23rd, 2010. May she rest under the peaceful watch of the moon evermore. I didn't know that was there. I doubt there's anything here with Marinol. Still need to beat the Tamagotchi, or Tamasachi. I guess I should go to the sky and see if that place has anything. That's the last place I think I need to check. And if nothing's there, I'm gonna check the Discord. Nope. Okay, let me just check the Discord. Nope. At least have that. Uh, oh, is it in layer 2? Let's check layer 2 then. Check all of layer 2. So yeah, that's Tori. I don't think I already talked to Tori. I can press the buttons again. That part was fucking crazy. It might be up where the okay, control. It might be up where the control panel is. That would be my guess. I should save here. Just so I don't have to walk back. Aha. Okay. What the fuck? I was born into a strange family. Despite their clamoring to spoil me for the supposed gift I had, they never actually listened to anything I wanted. When they were around, anyway. Most of the time, they weren't. What the fuck is this area? How? There it is. Oh yeah, okay. It's because the ladder's just invisible. It was a hospital in the outskirts of Nagoya that I was born in. Well, calling it a hospital is generous. It was a prison. It wasn't the kind of hospital you went to get a checkup or recover from an injury. No. In truth, it was owned by some kind of community, a cult. The Church of the Blessed Overseers. What the fuck? What? Why? I don't think that's normal. Unless it is. Because how would you get to the other buttons? There aren't any others. Oh, right, there's this. They were convinced that they were agents of God carrying out his will, waiting for his reincarnation to be born. And that was me, supposedly. What the fuck is this place? How is this in... Is this layer 2? Because where the fuck is this, is the question. How in any way is this place connected to the TVO client? There's no way... Because Storyteller, if I'm not mistaken, is who originally made the TVO client. I lived in the basement of that hospital for 13 years. Schooling was done through a custom itinerary by members of the Blessed. Food was carefully sanctioned for everyone so they could have just enough to not starve. I got a little bit more than everyone else because my supposed gift, but I wasn't what you call healthy. There was a window on the ceiling in one specific room. It was referred to as the Chamber of His Light. It was the only place that daylight reached the place I lived. Regular trips to the chamber twice a day were part of the daily routine. Fucking bastards. That's not normal. I feel like that was the wrong idea. But it took until I was 14 years old for me to get out of there. I always did have an interest in the chemical sciences, based on what little of it I got to learn about through the blessed schooling. All it took was using the privilege granted to me by my so-called gift to gain access to materials the other members didn't. And I was gone in a flash. Like, who is this? Who was seen as a god? Wrong way. There's another way I could have gone. There's another way I could have gone. For all my life since then, I've resonated with God. Well, I've resented God. If God was so kind, why was I made to suffer at the hands of his agents? I was better than God. This looks like the final landing. My name is Miri Karasu. I'm 31 years old, and for the entire duration of this story, I've been this world's god. Oh. What? So that's who they are. I await you behind the gate in which I reside, beyond the boundaries of this world. My time for release has come. The Dustbreaker is no more. Free me from this prison and let me rest. Solomon's Seal. Is that it? I missed one gem. That's fun. Was that the last thing? It was. Welcome to what resides after the end. Thank you for coming this far. I know it wasn't easy. I'm ready to move on to what follows after all of this, be it death or eternity. Before I do, I feel indebted to you, so I'll allow you to ask me about certain things if you would like. I understand that all of this may have been confusing for you. You do not reside in our universe of universes. Your reality is governed by different rules. So feel free to ask me whatever you would like. Myself. I suppose that's understandable, given what you likely heard right before coming here. Fair enough, then. Well, as I mentioned before, I am Miri Karasu. I have also been designed as Ishmael, or Observer 1. Oh, they're me. Or the me that I've been playing. Designated as Ishmael or Observer 1. I am a chemical scientist and engineer, and was one of the division leads for Yoko Itai's polymorphic void transistor project. I've also been the one watching over the complete story of Vivid Stasis that you have been following, as well as intervening in certain moments to assist without the characters knowing. Observers. The 6 observers, that's us. Well, us being those who are closest to the void transistor when it caused the cross-splitting. Observer 1 is, as you know, myself. Observer 2 is Sakura Nichibotsu's kid, Kanshi. That makes sense. Well, the original world Kanshi, not the Kanshi that's been traveling all over the world actually trying to save her sisters. Observer 3 is, well, Tetsuki Tasagare. Their dad. He isn't with us anymore. In the process of making this machine to try to help his daughter, he died in the process. That's sad. He tried to intervene with a world axis counterpart of his, and that advertently led to the Dustbreaker's creation, and, well, everything you've just finished reading. 3's entire form was broken during the event. He's not coming back. Observer 4, to be honest, I don't know much about her. Her name is Ivy Satonobu. She was a prosecutor that Yoko hired to cover the whole void transistor situation legally. I don't know why she was there during the cross-splitting, or why she's just supposedly trying to destroy worlds inside the world axes now. That's her. That's the person, fuck, I forgot her name. I think Tori was talking about. Observer 5 is Sakura Nichibotsu, the person who originally had the idea of the void transistor. Another Nichibotsu. If you've read the documents Yoko sent to your world, you know that she tried to stop Yoko and was caught up in the blast that destroyed the original world. And Observer 6 is Yoko Itai herself. You're already familiar with her, I assume, and her alternate version, Tori Itai. Okay, so Yoko is Tori. The 6 of us are, well, I wouldn't say gods, but we reside on a higher plane of existence than the world axis itself. I'm not referring to the y-axis either. I mean that we literally exist above the entire universal tapestry, the entire universe of universes. We exist in a space called the Outpost, or at least those of us who remain do. Although Saturday interfaces with the fourth dimension many times in her journey, the only way any of that gets to you is through me. People inside the world axis don't have the capability to even know that their world exists. Ah, right. I did use that name. It's your name, is it not? I suppose I do need to explain how you factor into all of this. To put it simply, there are two different kinds of fourth dimension at play here. Starting at the beginning, we have Storyteller trying to use the in-universe fourth dimension, that being the meta layer above her original world, to generate data for the TVO client. She programs the in-universe game Vivid Stasis and sends it to the fourth dimension, where she establishes contact with someone who helps her release it. However, the people who play the game in the fourth dimension are not you. Oh! That's what Memory Sacrifice was talking about. And you're the person who was talking to me. The person she and I refer to are not the same. You do not exist inside the world axis. This is where I come in. Watching the situation unfold from the outpost, I realized that exterior intervention, that is, intervention from power outside the entire world axis itself, would be needed. So I set up a plan to suspend myself inside a computer program that would be able to reach your world, wherein I could generate my own fourth dimension data, that being from you. With this setup, I was able to do a few very specific things, the most important of those being seizing control of the Dustbreaker's 1028 AI. Life after escaping the church. I prefer not to talk about it beyond what I already have, but I understand your curiosity. As I said earlier, I escaped the church at the age of 14. Following that, I ended up on the run for a long time. The following 4 years were especially difficult. At times, I wondered if it would have been easier for me to remain in that basement. Eventually, though, I did find my footing. Being passed around a lot of temporary homes, I was eventually adopted by an elderly couple. They were like a true mother and father to me. They treated me as any loving parent would. It was also them that encouraged me to pursue my interest in chemical sciences as a career choice. So I did. I went to university to study chem. That was how I met Yoko Itai. We were close in age and took the same classes. The outpost is, well, calling it a location doesn't entirely work, but for the sake of simplicity, it basically is. Inside the outpost is where the minds of the observers were sent after the cross-splitting. Because all 6 of us had our bodies destroyed in the blast that split the world and created the world axes, the only people that exist in the outpost are minds and souls. Despite that, we live our lives as if we were still our bodies, sleeping, eating, drinking, etc. The outpost is basically a large megastructure that accommodates all of that. Although, according to what Yoko wrote in her documents, some parts of it are starting to deteriorate. Is that what the void is that Yoko was talking about in her documents? I suppose we'll have to see it for myself if I'm able to make it back. Throughout the story, there are multiple instances of something that shouldn't be possible. The rocking horse, for example, or the Unity Nexus changing shape from Chio's original design. Saturday and her friends assumed it was to be the work of 1028, a polymorphic AI that the Dustbreaker uses to adapt to changes in the situation. And that is technically true, but I'll be honest, the entire time Saturday was inside the Dustbreaker, 1028 was not acting as an AI at all. I had fully seized control over it and, using its administrative access, would act as the mediator that would allow impossible but required things to happen. I couldn't intervene directly, or else I'd be shattered like Observer 3 was, so I had to get creative and pretend to be a process of the Dustbreaker itself. I mean, really think about it. AI can't do that. AI can barely generate an image of a sign that has a coherent word on it. True. I know it may be hard for you to trust me given what you've read about Yoko. She was an incredibly kind person to me. I never did get to learn, nor did I want to pry. But she and I had similar religious trauma. Her playing God was not born out of a genuine desire or unwavering control, but fear. She was also extremely dedicated to her craft. There's a reason the cross-splitting of world was her doing. She was extremely smart, even to a fault. It was also very emotionally driven. Many times I would have to calm her down from crying in her dorm room. Eventually, she and I ended up falling in love. What followed was nothing but a flurry of intense emotions and compassion. If my adopted parents taught me to love the world, Yoko taught me to love myself. And in the process, it's also made it easier to love her too. Truly love. No, I still do truly love her. Even though I can't say what will happen to me after my release from this stasis, I want nothing more than to return to the outpost and hold her close to me. Apologize for how long I had to be gone. The world axes, the universal tapestry, the universe of universes. It has many names. It is the universe itself that everything you've been reading takes place in. Although perhaps it would be more accurate to call it a multiverse, given that there is an interlinked web of over 1,000 different worlds. Imagine a two-dimensional map where each dot is a world, and imagine that world moving forward in a three-dimensional space. That's how the world axis works. Worlds have different outcome values and meta values, but they're all synchronized with their current point in time. The exception to that being the simulated world and the Dustbreaker. Because that world is simulated, its time property is an individual component, though that world is still tied to the original world in which it was created. That's why time passes slower in that world. Ah. Did you know that before automobiles, people in certain parts of the world use horses to travel from place to place? Of course, you don't see it often anymore, but that was the general idea. The rocking horse was placed there very early on after I had the idea for the gate command, as a sort of just-in-case measure. Did you know the gate was the most intense and difficult intervention for me to pull off? Through 1028, I had to rewrite entire portions of the Dustbreaker's internal code. That was why the horse was only put there as a backup plan. Since the World Keeper was the original one who created Ultimation, I knew it from the very beginning, and I couldn't do anything to destroy the code for it. So I had to improvise, and that was how the gate command came about. The idea being a backup plan in case normal methods of transport across Japan weren't feasible to use. And the rocking horse is what allowed them to traverse to the other sections of the world. It's what allowed them to get back. That backup plan worked. I suppose you're asking about where they ended up after everything, right? They're fine. In the in-universe version of the game, the players were promoted to use their power to return them to Layer 3. Information about the Dustbreaker was classified at the highest level of the military, so for now, they're resting in a secret facility. Right, and because of this, because I'm not the person that it was stored on, I didn't get Eren Katomi. Eren Katomi were sent in the in-universe Dustbreaker, or the in-universe TVO client, not me. They're not being mistreated, though. In fact, particularly the opposite. The military knows they can't harm them because they're too important. The others are doing fine, honestly. It took her, Allison, and Chio a bit to adjust to their original bodies. About a week, I want to say. They're currently under the supervision of the military, though. Unlike Eren Katomi, they've been granted the ability to return to society. Saturday is having troubles finding employment, but what else is new? Allison is working in a library. It suits her well, honestly. Chio's punishment for involvement with the Dustbreaker is currently being decided. She can't exactly be tried in a normal manner, considering how secret everything about the Dustbreaker is. It seems like she'll still be punished, but her sentence won't be too dramatic. Everyone's getting by, adjusting, but they'll be okay. I'm glad. As Yoko's alternate version. To be honest, I don't know what to think of her. Though she was born from a split off of Yoko's mind, she ended up being a completely different person. I think she's doing the right thing, though. Standing up to Overseer 4, as though she's the only one who can anyway. I will say, though, her appearance being similar to mine... Yoko, you're such a hopeless romantic. Yeah, I see it. The fucking Torah we saw in Layer 2. True Void. The True Void is what you call, well, the real Void. The Void itself and the Void as you see it and the Tween Space are different, though Between Space is part of the Void. As explained in the story, the Void is a place that exists between worlds and the world axes. It is a formless space that is most accurately represented visually in the story by the True Void rifts that Tori allows you to access. However, there is Between Space, which uses the Void as a sort of memory storage for the Dustbreaker. Because the Dustbreaker uses part of the Void to store information, locations and areas in that part of the Void are more expressed and visible. However, It is still the void, which means it is still susceptible to discarded information drifting through. The melody log in the hidden darkroom in the archives would be an example. That log, okay. Outcome values are basically a way of measuring how the decisions made in that world's past have changed that world's present. Tori should have already explained this to you in her personal logs in the True Void Rifts. Kanchi is somewhat of an anomaly. No human being should be able to travel across the world axes like she has unless they're an observer, which she isn't. The observer counterpart of her has no relation to the in-universe version of her. And yet, how? There's a lot that's interesting about her that I keep an eye on. Like the fact that she created her own polymorphic void transistor, entirely independent of Sakura and Yoko's original ideas. I do know what led up to her involvement in Vivid Stasis, but it seems like someone else from your world is interested in telling that story. Heart Lodged! That's Heart Lodged, and I'm excited about it! Like someone else in your world is, yep, that's Heart Lodged. So I won't spoil the fun. As for where she is now, I can't say. I genuinely don't know. I don't see her anywhere on the world axes, but I don't think she's gone. I suppose I'll have to wait and see. So Heart Lodge is the story of this Kanchi. Maybe? Or it's a story of Kanchi in general. Maybe like it could be a story of the Observer Kanchi, and then she being split to be the Vivid Stasis and then the Observer Kanchi. Selecting this option again will end the story episode. Make sure you're ready before confirming. Well, this is it. I've fulfilled what I suspended myself here to do, and the simulated world no longer exists. Everyone is happy. This is a happy ending for everyone, including myself, right? To be honest, I'm scared about what's next for me. For 4 years, this story, this world, is all I've ever known. Will it be okay to move on to whatever comes next? All I want right now is to feel the comfort of familiarity. I want to see my Yoko again. I know you're in there. I am not with the church. I have nothing but disdain for their brand of evil. But I get it. You can't trust just anyone, not after everything. Something strange is happening around the city. You've probably heard of it, right? The Serenade Murderers. And just on cue, the church has become active again. And that woman. It really feels like everything is converging on this world. Let's say the two of us make a deal. It's a beautiful morning in the city of Ikebukuro. A lovely stream rushes through the dirty ground of the local shrines. Because it's summer, a beautiful hum of cicadas can be heard around every corner. A small incline dips down into the modest riverbed, and lying on it... hey, are you okay? A girl awakens. Where? Hey, sit up. Are you okay? Did you pass out? Who are you? I was just walking by and I saw you pass on the riverbed. You need help? Should I call emergency? No, The girl tried to explain her situation, but nothing came to her mind. I don't remember anything. Okay, not good. That is not good. Can you at least remember your name or where you live? Atoms fire between the nameless girl's brain as she desperately tries to grasp any semblance of an identity. I don't know where I live, but I think my name is Kanchi. Kanchi, okay. Last name? Sorry, I don't remember. That's okay. Let's get you out of here above the riverbed first, okay? You can stay with me for the time being. Thank you. My name is Aoi. Shinonomiya. Let's figure out what's going on, alright? That's to be continued in polymorphite. Okay. What the fuck is heart logic again? I'm excited. It's fucking here. Oh, I'm excited for polymorphite though, because that's okay. So polymorphite is the story of Kanchi, right? Okay. So is that the Kanchi from beforehand, before she joined this world? Or is that the observer Kanchi after Vivid Stasis? And the game closed. Okay. I'm so confused. Now the question I have... He's still here, okay. Can I go back? Yes. Okay. This stream has only been going on for an hour. I think I'm gonna do... Alright, I haven't tried it. I think I'm going to... I'm probably gonna do a bit of sound scan and then get off, because I do have something I need to do in like 40 minutes. Let's do some sound scan. I'll do this one. I'm trying to get my rating up to a 16, what I want to do. But depending on what the final update is for Vivid Stasis, this might be the last stream of Vivid Stasis I do. But that doesn't mean these stories will end. For I will be back for Polymorphite and Heart Lodge, most likely. Because I want to know more about these characters, because like, Vivid Stasis was the whole story of Saturday. It was the whole story of Saturday and helped to introduce some new people into the story. Some people that, in all honesty, shouldn't have existed in this world to begin with. Like, who the fuck even are the Nichibotsus? Where did they come from? And who the fuck is Khonshu? I don't know if we'll be seeing Mary or Yoko again in the later games. We might. Because there is the whole thing of it being, it's still a game for me. Like Mari was taking was being in like the stand-in for me in their universe. So she was transmitting data up to me and I was transmitting data down to her that she would then implement into the game. And Storyteller was talking to her. I just have to see that? Okay. I just don't know. I doubt I could do that. Sure. But if these worlds, because the question is, oh fuck. Fuck, nope, fuck that. The question I have is, in these other worlds, will there be, like, another quote-unquote god in them? Will there be someone who does the same thing as Body? Will there be someone to take my data that'll then affect the world in some way? And I doubt we'll find anything else about Mary and Yoko. Unless Heart Lodge is something else. Because Polymorphite seems to be Aries. No, not Aries. Polymorphite seems to be about Khonshu's past, and maybe even the Nichibotsus in general. my fucking god. Oh, it's Gauntlet? Claudia. Okay, I'll do Gauntlet. I don't want to do Claudia. Even though it's middle, I still don't want to do Claudia. Especially Estelia. I would do Medea, but not Estelia. I might actually just lose this. Because I think it needed to be an A crit. Yep, it had to be an A crit. Okay, cool. Then I guess I'll do Claudia. And just hope speed doesn't fuck me over. My main hope is that I don't have to do, because I want to get every achievement in this game, and I'm now missing 2 achievements, which are the not obtainable ones. But if that achievement is due every single sound scan, I really hope I don't have to do fucking Encore Apocalypse Call, because I don't think I can do that, because I have to do fucking Encore Apocalypse Challenge. And I couldn't even do final Apocalypse Challenge. Why did my sound scan health bar not going up? Did they change sound scan? Did they change sound scan? Oh no, wait, did they actually change sound scan? Hold on, let me check the patch notes. And I couldn't find anything. I really hope that's not the case. That's a 16 plus, especially for this, because I want to do this. Let's see. Because the regenerating, yeah, it doesn't regenerate. Fuck. The regenerating with health was the only way I was able to fucking do, like, these 16s. That was the only way I was able to do these, was because of the regenerating health. Why was that removed? Is there a rock warps in between space? This isn't right, because it doesn't say anywhere there was... Nowhere does it say. Nowhere does it say in the patch notes that SoundSCAD is now like this. Hold on, let me Alt F4. Let me relaunch the game. Okay, let me try that one more time. Let's test it. Let's do it. Just do a test. Well, I guess the test is just trying the song. We'll see if the fucking gauge stays. Nope, it doesn't. And it doesn't go up. Okay. Anyway, I don't even think I could be able to do it, so I'm gonna do it on... It's kind of annoying, though. I don't know if it's a bug. If it's a bug with, like, arcade mode. Or what? playing other rhythm games has, like, whenever I play them, the one thing that is always, like, consistent is that I miss bumper notes. I definitely could have FC'd this. I really wish the gauge increased. Okay, fucking barely. Fucking barely did it. How is Baldur's Gate still updating for you? How the fuck is Baldur's Gate still updating for you? Really? The third time it said corrupted. Do you have enough space for it? And I can't like do these songs anymore because of the fucking. No, it's not a bullet hell. What the? How does this look like a bullet hell? That I'm doing shit on this song. God damn it. Missed yes, FC. But I've already done it before. What do you mean it sounds like a bullet hell? What does that even mean? Can I do some harder songs without a fucking gauge that I can't do anything about? I can redo this. I can get it better than a B. Okay, understood. I don't know if I'm going to be getting more than a B on this. I got, I think it's an A, probably an AA maybe. Not bad. Going from a B to an AA on a 16. Raising my score slowly. Okay, the last song I'm gonna do. The very last song I'm gonna do. Oh, not bad. Okay. The question is, fuck you, Bakuko. Should I do a 17 or a 16? I do the funny colon 3C or a 7. I'm doing colon 3C. I'm doing colon 3C. I hate myself and I'm doing colon 3C on Encore. I did okay on oh god. Oh, I cannot do those. I don't know how I did the fucking finale of this. It was so fucking hard. Especially in Sin Sound Skin. That's an A! That's an A! On colon 3C. I'll accept it. So yeah, I'm gonna be ending here. This has by far been one of my favorite games of all time. There is not much that is going to be able to top a story that Vivid Stasis has told. Honestly, I mean, I wish there was more. I know there's more updates coming out, the story is done. As I believe, the story is done. No more is going to come out of this game except for songs. Songs will be added, bugs will be patched. Some small things are going to be added, but the story of Setori Tazagade and Mari are done. We don't know what happened to Mari. To be honest, we technically don't know if we're going to be seeing Marty again. We might see her in Heart Lodge or Polymorphite or some other game that they may make. But as of right now, this is the end of my streaming journey. Even though I started streaming through chapter 5, I think. Yeah. But this is the end of my streaming journey through Vivid Stasis. One of my favorite games of all time, as of now. Next time we see another game from these devs, it could be in February when Polymorphite comes out. I heard that game's going to be a mobile game, so I'm going to have to figure something out for that. If I can maybe get a version of it on PC, that would be really nice. But that's in the future. The far future, since I was in 2016. But it seems we're actually going to be coming back a bit sooner than that. It would seem that we're actually going to be following a different story. Well, it looks to be a different story of 2 characters. Sometime in 2025, I'll be coming back to play Heart Lodged. A game I'm excited to see from these devs, as they have made such a wonderful story. A story that I just will remember. So next time I stream a game from these guys, we'll be going through the story of Olive and Ashley in Heart Lodge. And I will see you all then. Let's see who's playing Vivid Stasis. One other guy. Let us rate them. Say hello. If anybody is here, say hello to Big Namey Boy. And I hope you all have a good day. I want to stream more often, as I've been saying. But we'll see. I'm probably gonna either go back to Rain World after this or Shadow of Mordor. That's to be decided though, currently, for me. So yeah. I will see you all later, and I hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.